We still got plenty of football in the NFL left, but the NCAA regular season is now ending.
Who do the New Orleans Saints select?
Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from the University of Indiana.
It's the perfect time to dive into an updated edition of our 2026 NFL First Round Mock Draft. Just a note that the draft order is courtesy of Tankathon. Number 1, Tennessee Titans, Reuben Bain Jr. We would not be surprised if the Titans wound up dealing their 2026 first round pick to a quarterback-needy team for additional draft picks, but it's a little too early to project trades. So if the draft were held today, the Titans would surely want to take the number 1 defensive player on their board. Number 2, New York Giants, Peter Woods. Already having secured their new franchise QB in Jackson Dart, the Giants would also be a prime trade-down candidate. But in this exercise, they waste no time turning in the card for Clemson defensive tackle Peter Woods. Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and Dexter Lawrence are already as dangerous a pass-rushing trio as it gets. Add Woods to the mix, and you have something reminiscent of the Giants' 4 Super Bowl championship-winning teams, whose unblockable front sevens paved the way to title glory. Number 3, New Orleans Saints, Fernando Mendoza. For the Saints, the number 1 objective is obvious. Take the best quarterback available. Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck obviously ain't it. This team finally has the required franchise-changing pick to get a real signal caller, and Mendoza would join a young nucleus led by Chris Olave, Talisa Fuaga, and Kelvin Banks Jr. Number 4, New York Jets, Dante Moore. Hey, same idea here as the Saints, just take the best signal caller on the board. Moore displays pinpoint accuracy and excellent decision-making that the Jets haven't had since, ever? Number 5, Las Vegas Raiders, Ty Simpson. The QB run continues with the Raiders taking the Alabama signal caller. Assuming that Mark Davis and Tom Brady retain Pete Carroll, the veteran coach would love the chance to work with a big-game player with excellent ball security and accuracy. Number 6, Cleveland Browns, Jordan Tyson. Depending on how Shedeur Sanders plays, the Browns may end up playing themselves out of prime QB prospect territory here. However, if Sanders isn't the guy, they always have the option to trade up later in round 1. But one thing is for certain, Cleveland needs more weapons. Number 7, Washington Commanders, Keldrick Falk. Jaden Daniels' rash of injuries has derailed the Commanders' 2025 season, but they also have a horrific defense that needs a major youth injection. Well, they can start here in a draft loaded with quality pass rushers. Auburn's Keldrick Falk is a hulking 6'6" menace with excellent run defense to go along with his pass rushing motor. Number 8, Cincinnati Bengals, Francis Mauigoa. Yeah, the Bengals need a lot of help on defense, but man, Joe Burrow is not going to last long if the Bengals run it back with the same pathetic unit of an offensive line in 2026. 2024 first-round pick Marius Mims still hasn't come around as hoped, which means it's back to the drawing board. Number 9, Arizona Cardinals, Marvell Reese. The long-term outlook on the Cardinals defense is promising with veterans Budda Baker and Josh Sweat, plus rookie standouts Walter Nolan and Will Johnson. Adding Ohio State linebacker Marvell Reese to the mix could be the final touch to turn Jonathan Gannon's defense into the type of unit that he oversaw as the Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator in 2022. Number 10, Miami Dolphins, Spencer Fano. With the way that Tua Tagovailoa's contract is structured, the Dolphins can't realistically trade or cut him next year. So they may as well try retooling the offensive line and receiver room to see if an upgraded supporting cast can help him bounce back after a tough year. Number 11, Los Angeles Rams, from Atlanta Falcons, Jermod McCoy. If there's one area the NFC's top team could upgrade at, it's the cornerback position. McCoy is lights out in coverage and would give the Rams their first true shutdown corner since Jalen Ramsey. Number 12, Minnesota Vikings, Caleb Downs. If Harrison Smith ends up retiring, as many expect him to, this will set up the Vikings very nicely to grab an immediate succession plan. The Vikings secondary has been a weakness for a while now. They can start the long-term upgrades by adding a do-it-all safety and national champion like Downs to lead the defensive backs. Number 13, Dallas Cowboys, TJ Parker. The Cowboys need help on the edges after trading superstar Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Parker, who had 11 sacks last year, could start right away and assert himself as the new alpha pass rusher on that defense. Number 14, Carolina Panthers, David Bailey. Now that their young offense is coming together, the call should be pretty easy to take a defensive player here. Texas Tech star David Bailey has shot up the draft rankings with a monster year after transferring from Stanford. Number 15, Kansas City Chiefs, Jeremiah Love. We know they always find ways to win with a lackluster rushing game, but man, we still wonder how much better the Chiefs offense could be with a true bell cow running back. Number 16, Pittsburgh Steelers, Lenoris Sellers. Even if the Steelers re-sign Aaron Rodgers or bring in a different veteran as a short-term option, this just makes far too much sense. Sellers brings a dynamic dual-threat ability that would perfectly suit the rush-heavy offense that Arthur Smith wants to implement. Number 17, Houston Texans, Caleb Lomu. DJ Stroud still has not experienced life in the NFL behind a not-so-horrible offensive line, and he really deserves to. If Houston is to commit to protecting its starting QB long-term, well, they ought to address the O-line in the early rounds. Like Utes teammate Spencer Fano, Lomu's tough and nasty in the trenches. Another plug-and-play guy who can fill the void left by Laramie Tunsil. Number 18, Detroit Lions, Mansour Delane. 2024 first-round pick Terrion Arnold still hasn't really developed into a capable starting cornerback. And with an onslaught of dynamic pass catchers in the NFC North, the Lions have to seek improvements. Number 19, Baltimore Ravens, Mateo Uiagalelei. Nnamdi Madubuike's season-ending injury has exposed the lack of pass-rushing depth on Baltimore's defense. With no other significant weaknesses on this roster, it'd kind of be a surprise if they didn't address the front seven here. Uiagalelei is NFL ready, and he would form a terrifying tandem with Madubuike in 2026 and beyond. Number 20, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Avian Terrell. Todd Bowles has the reputation of being a defensive guru, but boy oh boy has the Bucs secondary been a mess these last 3 years. At some point, you gotta think that they'll just take the hint, right? Luckily, the 2026 draft class has plenty of quality cornerback prospects. Clemson's Avian Terrell can immediately step in and become their new hopeful shutdown corner. Number 21, Buffalo Bills, Carnell Tate. The Bills continue to search for a real number one receiver in the post-Stephon Diggs era. We already know that Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman aren't the solutions, so they really ought to try again at the draft table. As a dynamic receiver averaging around 18 yards a reception, the Ohio State product would be the perfect field stretcher to complement Josh Allen's arm and ability to extend plays. Number 22, Cleveland Browns from Jacksonville Jaguars, Caden Proctor. Yeah, I hate to remind Browns fans that their three best defensive linemen, Wyatt Teller, Joel Bitonio, and Jack Conklin, are all pending free agents. But them's the truth. And all three are on the wrong side of 30, meaning that it is finally time to rebuild in the trenches. With an additional first-round pick via the Jaguars, the Browns can beef up here with the hulking Alabama product. Number 23, San Francisco 49ers, Mekhi Lemon. Following a new bombshell report that Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers are headed for a divorce, it is safe to say that GM John Lynch will be in the market for more receiving help in 2026. We know pass catching is far from the 49ers' biggest need here, but this electrifying deep threat and red zone weapon could actually be an upgrade over the all-pro version of Ayuk. Number 24, Dallas Cowboys from Green Bay Packers, Sonny Styles. If the Cowboys could swap out Parsons for Quinnen Williams, TJ Parker, and Sonny Styles, whoo! Now Jerry suddenly looks like a genius. Number 25, Los Angeles Chargers, Zion Young. Khalil Mack considered retirement before returning for his age 34 season. So if he decides to walk away for good, the Chargers will surely attack the defensive line very quickly. At this phase, Missouri's Zion Young is the best remaining edge rusher. Number 26, Chicago Bears, LT Overton. Outside of veteran stalwart Montez Sweat, the Bears' defense doesn't have any pass rushers who are scaring opposing offensive coordinators. More help is needed on the defensive line. And this 6'5", 278-pound beast working alongside Sweat would give Chicago a top-flight edge rushing tandem. Number 27, Seattle Seahawks, Kenyon Sadiq. Seattle hasn't had a real stud tight end since Jimmy Graham last played here in 2017. So Seattle looks for its number 2 pass catcher here by taking Sadiq, the star Oregon tight end. Number 28, New York Jets from Indianapolis Colts, Denzel Boston. The Jets already have a borderline top 10 receiver in Garrett Wilson, but not a whole lot else in the passing game otherwise. If they take a QB with their own first-round pick, GM Darren Muji should double up on offense by adding the Washington Huskies star. Number 29, Philadelphia Eagles, Trevor Gooseby. With Lane Johnson getting close to retirement, this would be a golden opportunity for Philly to draft and develop his successor. Number 30, Denver Broncos, Jeremy Bernard. As great as the Broncos have been on defense this season, Bo Nix's limitations have been exposed far more often than Sean Payton would like. Of course, there's not a lot of receiving help outside of veteran star Cortland Sutton, so the Broncos should use this receiver-heavy draft to get another weapon for Nix. Number 31, Los Angeles Rams, CJ Allen. Allen is a workhorse who does it all across the field. He's one of the best run stoppers in this class, but also explodes off the edge as an occasional NFL pass rusher. Number 32, New England Patriots, Chris Bell. Alright, if we're nitpicking on the surprising Patriots here, they could certainly use another receiver to complement veteran Stephon Diggs. Bell's great combination of size, speed, and ability to win those contested catch battles would go hand in hand with Drake May's rocket arm. But hey, who do you think will be the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft? Who do you think your favorite team should draft? Do you agree with our choices here? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking that like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.